In this video we share Benedict XVI's letter regarding the report on abuse in the Archdiocese of Munich-Freising. On Sunday, February 6, Pope Benedict XVI sent his letter regarding the report on abuse in the Archdiocese of Munich-Freising, which we are transmitting in its entirety from the Nigeria Bar portal. Dear sisters and brothers, reflecting on the presentation of the report on the abuse of the Archdiocese of Munich-Freising on the 20th of January, I feel the need to give a personal word to all of you. Although I served as Archbishop of Munich and Freising for a little less than 5 years, I still feel very much a part of it and consider it home. I would like to say my sincere thanks first. In these days marked by a test of conscience and reflection, I had the opportunity to experience greater friendship and support, and signs of trust, than I could have ever imagined. I would especially like to thank a small group of friends who selflessly compiled on my behalf my 82-page testimony for the Munich Law Firm, which I could not have written on my own. In addition to answering the law firm's questions, this required reading and analyzing nearly 8,000 pages of documents in digital form. They then helped me study and analyze almost 2,000 pages of expert opinions. The results will be published later as an appendix to my letter. In the midst of the extensive work of those days, the development of my position, there was an oversight regarding my participation in the Chancellor's meeting of the 15th of January 1980. This mistake, which was unfortunately confirmed, was not intentionally intentional, and I hope can be justified. I then agreed that Archbishop Ganswein would announce this in a press release of January 24, 2021. This in no way diminishes the care and diligence that has been and remains an obvious and absolute imperative for these friends. For me, it proved deeply hurtful that this oversight was used to cast doubt on my veracity, and even to label me as a liar. At the same time, I was very touched by the diverse expressions of trust, honest testimonies, and touching letters of encouragement sent to me by many people. I am especially grateful for the trust, support and prayer that Pope Francis has personally expressed to me. In the end, I would like to thank the small family in the convent of Mater Ecclesia, whose togetherness of life in moments of joy and sorrow gave me inner peace that supports me. Now, in addition to these words of thanks, confession must necessarily follow. I am increasingly struck by the fact that the Church is beginning day by day to celebrate Holy Mass, in which the Lord gives us His Word and Himself, by confessing our sins and asking for forgiveness. We publicly pray to the living God to forgive sins we have committed, our guilt, our heaviest guilt. It is clear to me that the words "too great sin" do not apply to everyone in the same way every day. Yet every day I am challenged by the question of whether I should still speak of the gravest sin today. And He comforts me that no matter how great my mistake is today, the Lord forgives me if I sincerely allow Him to examine me, and I am truly ready to change. In all my meetings, especially during my many apostolic journeys, with the victims of sexual abuse committed by priests, I saw firsthand the consequences of one of the gravest sins. And I realized that we ourselves are drawn into this grave sin whenever we neglect it or do not face it with the necessary determination and responsibility, as has happened and is happening too often. As in these meetings, once again I can only express my deep shame, my deep sorrow and my sincere plea for forgiveness to all victims of sexual abuse. I had great responsibilities in the Catholic Church. All the greater is my pain because of the abuse and mistakes that happened in these different places during my tenure. Every single case of sexual abuse is horrible and irreparable. Victims of sexual abuse have my deepest sympathy and I feel great sadness for each individual case. I appreciate more and more the repulsion and fear that Christ felt on the Mount of Olives when He saw all the terrible things He would have to endure in Himself. Unfortunately, the fact that the students slept in those moments is a situation that is still happening today and for which I also feel called to answer. And so, I can only pray to the Lord and pray to all the angels and saints, and you, dear brothers and sisters, to pray for me to the Lord our God. I will soon find myself before the final judge of my life. Although, looking back on my long life, I may have great reason for fear and trembling, I am still in good spirits, because I firmly believe that the Lord is not only a just judge, but also a friend and brother who has already suffered for my shortcomings. And my advocate, my paraclete. In the light of the hour of judgment, the grace of being a Christian is becoming increasingly clear to me. It gives me knowledge, and in fact friendship, with the judge of my life, and thus allows me to confidently walk through the dark gates of death. In this sense, I am constantly reminded of what John tells us at the beginning of the Apocalypse. He sees the Son of Man in all his greatness and falls at his feet as if dead. Yet, putting his right hand on him, he says to him, "Do not be afraid. It is I." Revelation 1. Dear friends, with these feelings I bless you all. Benedict XVI. Thank you for supporting my channel. May God bless you and keep you.